Thank you very much. Well, it's a great pleasure to be here today and to welcome all of you to talk about these critically important issues. You've heard a lot the reasons why the MEK should be delisted as a foreign terrorist organization. You're aware of the grave risk that the residents at Camp Ashraf are in and some of the steps that need to be taken to protect them. I'd like to talk a little bit not only about those issues, but also about the strategic interest of the United States and what I think our policy should be to achieve the specific objectives that we're most concerned about today, but also to ensure the long-term security of the United States and our friends and allies around the world. I first came across the MEK when I was doing the arms control and international security job at the State Department because I was so concerned about Iran's nuclear weapons program. And this group that honestly I had never heard of before kept holding press conferences revealing aspects of the clandestine nuclear weapons effort. So I tried to learn more about it because much of what they said, while it confirmed what we believed from our own information, had not been made public. I have to say I was grateful they did make it public because it helped us who were concerned about Iran's progress demonstrate just how far along that they were. Now, I had a passion in the government to read intelligence, raw intelligence, intelligence analysis, anything I could get my hands on. So I read what I could read about the MEK. I don't claim that I've seen everything, but I haven't seen anything that justifies the MEK being on the list of foreign terrorist organizations. I looked when I was at the State Department in the absence of facts for reasons why the MEK might have been designated as a foreign terrorist organization. And as others have said today, there is simply no doubt that the principal motivating factor during the Clinton administration to add it to the list was the hope that the regime in Tehran would see that as a gift that would induce them into negotiations. That hope failed. A continuing hope during the Bush administration, right up until Secretary Rice's decision at the end of the administration to keep the MEK on the list, was the hope that it would induce the Iranian regime to negotiate over its nuclear weapons program. And that, too, has failed. We know that the director of counterterrorism at the end of the Bush administration and Secretary Rice's legal officer both argued with her as a matter of law and policy that the designation could not be sustained. She rejected that advice. We've got testimony from military officers who served in Iraq with responsibility for oversight over Camp Ashraf who found not only an absence of information that would lead to a conclusion about support for terrorism, but precisely the opposite. So today, it seems to me that we are at a real crossroads to determine whether the whole process of listing foreign terrorist organizations is going to be true to its statutory basis, to let the facts fall where they may, or whether it's going to be continue to be corrupted by political motivations. I think it undercuts the whole credibility of our war on terrorism. If we're against terrorism regardless of the political motivations of the terrorists, then we have to be in favor of understanding that people who are unfairly designated should be removed from the list. To confront the question of the MEK's listing, we should adhere to the principles of the statute. We should let the facts fall where they may. And if the facts are, as I understand it, the delisting should occur now, sooner rather than later. We should take steps to honor our commitments to protect the residents of Camp Ashraf. We should insist that the government of Iraq meet its obligations under the Fourth Geneva Convention to protect people who are entitled to the status of refugee, which they manifestly are, and we should do whatever we can to support the legitimate opposition to this tyrannical regime in Tehran. Thank you very much.